I'm not your friend. I'm an animal who dreamed he was a man. But the dream is over, and the beast is awake. And I will come for you without mercy, because it's my nature. My name is Victor Creed.
The relationship between Wolverine and Sabretooth has always been tantalizingly withheld. It's always implied that there is a deep relationship between the two, but that the story has yet to be told.
The Sabretooth-Wolverine rivalry is one of the great rivalries in comic book history. They are perennial enemies and have been for many years.
Everybody knows from the comics that Sabretooth shows up and beats the crap out of Wolverine, usually on his birthday. I just felt like this is just too wonderful an opportunity to bring the antagonist and the protagonist into conflict on a level that is deeper than just, I don't like you. The fact that they are half-brothers gave such emotional power to the film.
We stick together no matter what, and take care of anyone who gets in our way.
Obviously, having come to the conclusion that the character Victor Creed was really going to be Wolverine's nemesis, if you like, we needed an actor of tremendous dramatic power.
Leo was one of the first people I had in mind to be cast. I love him as an actor. He's a friend of mine. I've worked with him before. He has that real weight and gravitas.
You my brother's new babysitter, John?
Creepy black coat don't scare me.
Really?
He can deliver a line. You know, he's a bad guy. He's a villain. You got to be able to deliver a line, and he can do it.
I'm not afraid of you, Victor. I'm not afraid of dying.
How do you know? You've never tried it before.
The difference is Victor Creed embraces his animal and Wolverine rejects it. Victor Creed goes towards it, becomes the animal. A very dangerous animal.
Victor!
Don't even think about it.
Cut. Excellent. Bravo. There was something about calling the character Sabretooth that sparked my imagination, because I didn't really know where to start, and I wanted to try to bring something to the character that would surprise people. And so for me, it was interesting to kind of look at what those big game cat elements were. And there's the thing about when you make eye contact with a big game cat that's caught in a zoo and it's trapped behind bars. And when you lock eyes with it, and it tells you that it can't get you now, but if it could, you would be Hamburger in a matter of seconds. That's a powerful look, and that, to me, inspired a lot of the motivation behind Sabretooth.
We did a tremendous amount of work to try to get Sabretooth to move in a cat-like way. It began with an idea that Gavin had, how powerful they are in their shoulders and the way they move and the way they would just catch up just barely to sort of trip the back end. And when the animal came down, then they can pounce and bite and do all their things.
The stunt guys came up with a real interesting way of running on all fours that felt very powerful, and allowed him to scale buildings and take people out with a tremendous amount of force.
And there's a great scene where our two characters have our first major altercation, and it's in the bar, and we shot it in New Zealand.
And we shot this fight in a real logging camp in Dunedin. And if you would have been there to see this logging camp, which was really gritty and really huge logs and log loaders, just machines, so that when we got on the set the very first time for Location Scout, I started to go, ooh, maybe we could throw him into that. Maybe we could break through that.
I love the bar fight scene because I love the way it starts out sort of tongue-in-cheek.
You got insurance in this place?
Insurance? No.
Too bad.
And we take you back to maybe Sergio Leone, the old Western. Two gunfighters.
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
And I think Hugh's need to know from his brother, why have you done this to me? And Liev's wonderfully sort of flip way of saying,
Jimmy, you don't call, you don't write,
How else am I supposed to get your attention?
Gives us an opportunity to be a bit tongue-in-cheek at the same time as then exploding into kind of rage. You don't want the scene to just be all... It's how can you get the lightness in and then spin it into something really quite shocking.
Background. Take it outside.
It took us about 2 weeks. We shot at night. And both of us ended up pretty bruised by it.
Hugh and Liev did 95% of their own stuff. All the punching and kicking, they did all of that themselves.
Between he and I, both our stunt doubles were kind of there because insurance requires them to be there, and they rarely got used. And we would do a stunt, and Liev would look at me and say, "You going to use your stunt double?" And I'd say, "I don't know, are you?" And he'd be like, "I don't think so." And I said, "My stunt double's not even here, mate." You know, there was a little bit of game playing going on.
Don't touch your hair. Whatever you do.
And Liev's not afraid to take a hit and to give one too.
Spent a lot of time watching big game cat footage on National Geographic, the way that the cats swat and the way that they grab and the way they pull it over, bite the neck. So this is where we got that whole vibe of grab, wrap, throw.
And then, of course, the point of that first fight sequence is that he gets the crap kicked out of him by his brother, because that's what drives him to say, okay, give me this adamantium.
When are you gonna figure it out? We're not like them.
I'm nothing like you.
Sure you are. For me, that's part of the fun of it, is sort of embracing these characters that we dream about and that we read about being played by mere mortals.
Nobody kills you but me.